Hello, church. Hope you all are having a good week. We're going to get back to reading through Proverbs. We're going to continue where we left off a couple weeks ago, because last week we took kind of a bye week, talking about the one-liners and the parallelism and everything, the comparing and contrasting that we're seeing a lot in these chapters. So this week we're going to be starting out with chapter 10, verse 15, and we're going to go down through chapter 10, verse 23. So we're going to get through those 8 verses there, and that's what we'll do for this week. I'll go ahead and start reading. The wealth of the rich is their fortified city, but poverty is the ruin of the poor. The wages of the righteous is life, but the earnings of the wicked are sin and death. Whoever heeds discipline shows the way to life, and whoever ignores correction leads others astray. Whoever conceals hatred with lying lips and spreads slander is a fool. Sin is not ended by multiplying words, but the prudent hold their tongues. The tongue of the righteous is choice silver, but the heart of the wicked is of little value. The lips of the righteous nourish many, but fools die for lack of sense. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it, and a fool finds pleasure in wicked schemes, but a person of understanding delights in wisdom. So the verse I really want to focus on right here is actually verse 22. I know it's kind of towards the end. So I think that with the verses leading up to that, that's kind of a continuation of the theme that we've been seeing in this chapter, talking about the value of wisdom. And so, of course, it's showing the value of wisdom, and then the foolishness of foolishness, showing how following a life of wisdom will lead to rewards and blessings, sometimes material, sometimes not, but then going the way of a fool, doing sin and evil, is going to land you in a place of ruin. So in verse 22, the blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. The Bible, I think, is pretty transparent on this topic, that not working is not a good thing. The Bible is pretty clear that it is good to work, but more importantly, it is good to do good work. My dad always told me growing up that if you're doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Now, obviously, if I'm doing something productive, I am being productive. I am, for instance, as a pastor. I love my job as a pastor, and most days it does not feel like work at all. It feels more or less relaxing. I certainly enjoy Sunday mornings, getting to worship the Lord with you all. I enjoy preaching and all of that. Of course, there's always going to be an aspect of a job that you may not absolutely love. And so there are aspects of this job, certainly, but more or less, this doesn't feel like hard work for me because I love what I do. And I believe that is the real importance of verse 22. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. And in a very literal sense, I do my job and I collect my paychecks and I'm able to provide for myself and my wife, and it's not hard toil. It is not toil that wears me down and makes me tired most of the time. And I believe that's what verse 22 is about. If we're doing what the Lord has called us to do, if we're doing good work that is for good, it's not going to wear us down the same way that a job we don't like might. For instance, it's no secret that I don't exactly love my other job that I have. I certainly don't hate it, but it wears me out a lot more than my job at the church does. And so that's a job that it needs to be done. I need to be able to provide for myself and my wife, and that's part of doing that. But it does wear me down. And so with verse 22, the takeaway there is do work the Lord has called us to, do something that is good, do something that is for good, and it's not going to wear us down as much because we're doing what's right. All right, I hope you all have a good week. Go in peace, and I'll see you Sunday.